Hello and welcome. I like tabletop game rulebooks. I like collecting them and reading them from cover to cover and back again. Originally only Games Workshop, but I have most of 8th edition codexes, and I'm only missing a few of the actual rulebooks. Both the full and the smaller ones, I like both. Since branching out into Kings of War and Wild West Exodus with their offshoots too, such as Vanguard and Dystopian Wars, though, I'll be honest, Wild West Exodus is actually the offshoot of Dystopian Wars and not the other way around. I have noticed a pattern, a duality of sorts. In each rulebook you get with the starter box, and I have to emphasise the starter box, you get either extensive lore or you get the faction rules. The books I have been looking at for this video were Necromunda, Wild West Exodus, Kings of War, Gamers Edition, the previous version of Kill Team, and the Age of Sigmar core rulebook you get with Dominion. Okay, it's not the largest of lists, but it's a good jumping on point. I will also mention Kings of War Vanguard 2 as a contrast to the Kings of War Games Edition to emphasise the point a little. I hope. Why would companies do this? Well, first and most obvious is obviously to save money. Publishing is not cheap, and maintaining a low page count, even for digital, helps that a lot. Second is also to make money. Games Workshop has their battle tomes and codexes to sell. We all others have them to download for free on their website. Mantics, you actually need to go to the store to download a free copy of the Games Edition, and Core Cradle for their site too. When you're looking up each faction, that is the faction rules, not the rulebook. Both the rulebook is also downloadable on their website too, but it means that you have to see the factions and you can actually have a look at which one you like and which one you're going to buy. It's kind of a form of advertising. I don't mind. The Mantic downloadable is the rulebook sans lore. They do have many novels available there too. I'm just going to mention that for those people who are interested in the Mantic lore. But you also have the big rulebook as well, which also contains lore. That costs around about £30, so it's your decision whether or not you want that. The smaller book is actually quite good, and it's a nice little rulebook in my opinion. Anyway, back to the script in hand. But which to choose? This comes down to the main gameplay style in each game. Is it more narrative driven or more tactical? If it's more narrative, then lore would take importance over faction rules, as immersion I would think would be important. This is my opinion. Rules for the more tactical game. Well, that's what I thought until I read Necromunda and Kill Team rulebooks. Both have very little lore. Necromunda has the full a couple of pages and a paragraph for each gang, though it does have quite a bit on actually what a hive is, and it's quite an interesting read. And King Team has even less. Again, this is a previous edition. Though both have full faction rules as they were going to print. So obviously there might have been more released afterwards, etc. in campaign books. Anyway. But Kings of War Vanguard and the Wild West Exodus have plenty of lore, and they do actually. They have quite a bit, and a lot of artwork in Vanguard, and almost every faction is actually described in Wild West Exodus. But they don't have the faction rules. These are downloadable. Age of Sigmar, big army game, loads of lore, half the book in fact, and I'm not even joking, it's literally half the book. But no faction rules. Kings of War, there is no lore, but most of the faction rules. I have to say most again because they have released new factions since then, such as the Ratkin and the Halflings, and they look really good as well. But this is just my opinion. Again, this is mostly my opinion, and you can listen either way. So even when the game style fits lore over tactics, doesn't mean the rulebook will follow suit. And I don't think there is no real answer other than what the developers want the players to see first. Do they want their background and a universe they built to be the priority, such as Dystopian Age, Wild West Exodus, and Age of Sigmar? Or do they want their rules and how to play the game to be the more important part? Personally, I like the world building. I like narrative games, and having the next game alter based on the actions of the previous. I find it incredibly enjoyable. Creating armies that have a story behind them is also something I enjoy doing, and creating big multi-faction forces. I have mentioned it many times before. I'm still building my Imperium force, and I've just got a load of Death Watch. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll be seeing that I've been putting a lot of Death Watch up on there lately, because that's what I'm building. And of course I prefer that over what is most points cost effective and what the meta is. And that is just me. That's just something I enjoy. I do have to mention Aeronautica Imperialis and the 3rd edition rulebook for Warhammer 40k, because the Aeronautica Imperialis has very little rules for most factions, only what's in the box, and absolutely no lore. and it's just a staple together rulebooks. It's not very good, even for a Games Workshop one in particular, who take great pride in their publishing. And of course, we still stay with Games Workshop, Warhammer 40,000 3rd edition, which has loads of lore and the rules factions at the time, because it still has squads, which is quite cool too. But yeah, so things have changed in the last 30 years. Anyway, so subscribe, hit that subscribe button, but also comment what you prefer, lore or rules, in your start books. Which one do you like? Which universe stories do you like, and which models based on rules do you like? You know, just that's a bit of a chinwag down there in the comment section. And also, I apologise for gameplay footage. I wanted something neutral instead of focus on a single system. I didn't want to put up a load of Games Workshop or Wild West Exodus or Mantic rules and stuff like that. I just wanted, you know, something a bit more neutral, which you can watch while listening to my very sexy voice, which has still got a cold. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy your hobby, no matter what it is. And I'll probably do 8 minutes of footage just because, you know, YouTube.